In today's video, I want to show you how we have reorganized our range of dense acrylic paints, which you can buy individually or in a set. We have prepared 3 different sets for you. One with colors chosen especially for painting figures. Another we have called the black and white set, which contains variations of black and white as well as a few ochre colors. And a third that consists of primary and secondary colors, which are great for all sorts of painting projects. Each of these sets consists of 6 colors, and each color comes in a screw-top metal tube containing 20 ml of the product. You can also get this matte finish product that comes in a 60 ml bottle. This will not change the density of your paint, but will add a matte finish. The main feature of these dense acrylic paints is the ability to have total control over the paint density. You can add a thinner to your mix for various effects. This thinner has been especially designed for acrylic paints and is compatible with these products. Or you can just use some water. These acrylic paints have a matte finish, which will make using them far easier when blending colors or incorporating layers. But for an ultra matte finish, you can add the matte finish product to your paint that I showed you earlier. The best way to use these dense acrylic paints is with a wet palette and a brush. The natural state of these paints, i.e. straight out of the tube, has a soft, silky texture. However, were you to paint using the product straight from the tube, you will be plastering the color onto your model, which is a great technique when you want a strong color. If you want an even more matte finish from the paint, this is the moment to add the matte finish product. As you can see, it is a dense gel that will not modify the color at all, but will rather add a matte finish without changing the density of your paint. So you can see the difference versus an acrylic paint we're used to working with in model painting. I'll pour a bit of the same color onto the palette. As you can see, this has the standard texture we're all used to working with. You could use this paint immediately and even apply it using an airbrush. Nonetheless, we have no control over its density, which is something these dense acrylic paints do provide. As I said before, you might want to add water to your paint. You can dilute your mix with water until you get the same thickness and the same dilution as a standard 3-gen acrylic paint. However, you will lose some of the paint's qualities when adding water, such as adhesion. That's why we recommend using a thinner for this purpose, a thinner that has been especially designed for acrylic paints. For increased control, you should add the thinner bit by bit. As you can see, the paint is gradually diluted and you can find the thickness you want. Base coats usually have a medium thickness, highlighting layers are usually more diluted, and the paint is usually more dense as you start adding your final touches. With that in mind, these paints provide a complete range of possibilities. You can even keep adding thinner up until the point when you're basically working with a glaze. To conclude, if you want to raise your painting work to the next level, these dense acrylics are a perfect accessory to our 3rd generation paints, as they are also acrylic products and totally compatible. They will open doors to a whole range of new possibilities when painting your models.